Everybody in crypto, you have just been warned. As JP Morgan just said this about crypto. According to this JP Morgan analyst, there is no recovery in the DeFi and NFT sector yet. And in their latest report, they wrote that while they have no doubt that this latest revival in DeFi and NFT activities is a positive sign, it is too early to get excited about it. There are only temporary signs of a revival, they said. And according to these guys, this recovery has given rise to optimism that the worst may be behind us in terms of the medium-term course of DeFi and NFT activity, but it is too early to start being optimistic about this. Some recovery is natural given the increased crypto trading activity, some of which is channeled through decentralized exchanges, but I'll expand upon the warning, as it is really important for everybody to understand exactly what this all means. Right now we're in a situation where most of the institutional investors I speak with, and I perhaps know more than 1,000 of them, and I'm in group chats with a few hundred, the conclusion is right now people are placing investments again. Just so you guys have an understanding, in the background of crypto, what's happening all the time is the same thing as with tech, as with stocks. People are investing money into the next big thing. Partially because right now there's hype, right? The Bitcoin price is doing good, people are excited, but also because most people anticipate that the spot Bitcoin ETF window of approval chances is going to open in about a month again. But also the Bitcoin halving, let's say about April, May of next year, that cryptos are, generally speaking, like every cycle, going to be going on the upside. So if you place your investments now, and it takes about a year to get the best return in the sense of the most amount of tokens and the highest of the peak, yeah, right now, a couple months ago and a couple months from now, is the perfect time to place your investments. And I'm seeing it, that they're going absolutely haywire on that. However, and there comes the warning, what I've also noticed is that people are going a little bit overzealous and they forget to realize one very important thing. Just because something worked in the previous bull run, or even last year, like a meme token, doesn't mean it's going to work again. Now, meme coins specifically, if you are looking on whether or not to put some money into it or not, I'd say yes, because a lot of these coins, they're a hit or brick. They're just to make it or break it. What I mean with that is, you invest $100, you either get $10,000 back or you lose the $100. It's as simple as that. Most of the time, there's not really any middle ground here. With more established projects, sometimes they raise so much money where you have to put in a lot to get a return. Oh, it might double over the next couple of weeks. With meme tokens, it's a lot crazier, and I don't think they can lose their hype. But here's, for example, one of the guys I know put up in terms of prediction. BlackRock ETF gets approved and does more volume than expected. $5+ billion in average daily volume. This results in a blow-off top of cannibalization of institutional flow from large crypto-only OTC desks, which closed down shop. DEXs gain less market share than expected, and some DEXs are revealed to be just as centralized exchanges. Additionally, we see an enforcement action brought against a perpetual DEX. If you don't know, a decentralized exchange is like your Binance, like your Bybit, but then officially it's not a centralized entity. But it kind of functions the same where you can buy and sell coins. Usually the method of buying and selling works with pools though, and that's why it's often dubbed swapping, because if you've got a pool with Ethereum and dollars in it, you either put Ethereum in it or you put dollars in it and you take a little bit out, and they basically give you a return for filling up that pool again, like equaling it out basically. Anyway, and perpetual DEXs then are like you can do on Bybit, where you can trade with leverage like we often talk about. You can also do that on decentralized exchanges nowadays with guys like GMX, I think DYDX. But yeah, he's saying that might be one of the next losses that comes in. And that's where I wanted to kind of focus my warning on. So, two parts, right? One is a lot of things that did well last season might not necessarily do well right now. And even though the majority of investors I speak with are saying that right now the bull market has started, we've had about a year of Bitcoin continued growth, there are a couple of scared points. And some of it has to do with the guys like 𝗫𝗁 still being in offense and still being able to go for an even more crazy attack on crypto. And even though recently here, whatever the SEC does has not really pushed prices down, even Binance settling with the DOJ didn't really push prices down, meaning we keep caring less and less and less about these false narratives and attacks on crypto. I will say yet again that the whole Binance debacle, Binance going down, I don't think it was a coincidence. We covered the post before that said that guys like BlackRock can't get in and they can't get approval if Binance has such a large market share. And a couple of weeks later, they were kind of taken down, which makes me think perhaps the guys like BlackRock, etc., coming in have got some other plans to shake people out first to get prices lower, something like that. My warning here is mostly just to keep you guys balanced and not going too crazy. I personally think there's about a 90% chance the bull run has already started and we're on the up and up. 90. But in the back of my head, and that's the reason I'm not going all the way crazy, you've always got to keep open that this is a very manipulated industry. There are some very big players joining the game, and we're not in altcoin season yet. And that's the most important part. The moment we get to altcoin season, the moment you see cryptocurrencies going up 40% on across the board, yeah, you know there's no stopping this anymore. And there's going to be corrections like in every bull market, but there's no stopping it. Right now, though, the confidence from a lot of the protocol founders that I know as well, it's still iffy-wiffy. They're not certain that it's set to stay because it could also be a continuation of excitement felt for the halving that we saw in previous cycles and for the Bitcoin ETFs. But the moment that they actually do come, the price might not budge as quickly as people expect. And if prices fall down a bit, sometimes people quickly capitulate, especially when things are a little bit shaky like they are now. So again, to paint the right narrative so you guys all understand, I'm bullish on crypto and I don't think anybody can go wrong if they play the game smart. Meaning they don't buy really garbage coins only, unless they've got very little capital, then I don't think it's a bad idea. But the timing of things is not certain. We are just, in Dutch it's called 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗲𝗍. I'm not sure what it's called in English. Not sure if this translates well. Make do with what one has got to make the best of it. And for me right now, that is investing for the medium term, meaning I'm not necessarily looking for a return in the next couple of days. I'm looking for a return over the next, I'm going to say about 18 months. I do believe 2025 is going to be the year where things fall down hard. And I think for the most part, that's because, hey, if you've not pressed that like button yet, right now is your best time to do so, by the way. Like I was saying, mostly because, like we said before, the game is changing. We are expecting Gensler to go after more exchanges. We are expecting some massive fear campaigns over in the mainstream media. And that could even occur before the Bitcoin ETFs get approved, depending on how quick Bitcoin's price goes up. Flood also says a large American hedge fund headquartered in Chicago receives a trading ban for 1 year from the SEC CFTC for their actions in a certain protocol that lost significant retail funds. It's also interesting to think about. These are the bad sides, I know. So what's the game plan? Well, from my strategy, nothing really changes, but I'm explaining my strategy to you, and I'm hoping that by warning everybody that first of all, not everything that worked in previous runs is going to work again. You know, NFTs, I do believe ordinals and some NFTs will actually pop up, but I don't think they're going to have the same hype as before. But potentially a new part of NFTs just gets a crazy amount of hype. Now it's the next big thing, even bigger than crypto. It's certainly possible, but you have to wait as altcoin season kicks in. I am preparing myself in the sense that I believe the bull market has started and that altcoin season is upon us soon. And all we're looking for is for Bitcoin's dominance to break the uptrend that it has seen recently, that we predicted and that we talked about, that you see in the run-up of altcoin season. Have I got all my money in crypto? No. Some of my friends are selling their cars, selling their everything for crypto right now. I am not. And the main reason I don't do that is because I personally believe peace of mind over anything, minimize regret. And the moment, all right, just think about this. Let's say you sell your $250,000 Ferrari, you sell it, right? Invest it into crypto, and now you do see prices going down hard for a bit. In the back of your mind, it should always be that it's crypto. It'll recover. So for the long term, it doesn't really matter. But as you guys might know, I like to collect watches. One of the ones I've had for a long time, fun fact, cost me 10 times more than the current value of it if I had just held the Bitcoin that I paid for it. But that I don't mind. What I mind a significant amount more is if I were to sell this right now to buy crypto and then it becomes worth almost nothing for a bit. Because again, I know it will recover, but that would hurt me more in the brain. And I personally think it's always nice to keep some fiat on the sidelines, some assets, just to make sure you're always level-headed. Because the moment you let these investments get to your feelings, you start to lose. Whatever money I've got in this sector right now, I'm ready to lose every single dollar in the process. First of all, because I know that's not going to happen. I have to make some really crazy choices to lose it all. Once more, I always think peace of mind is extremely important. I don't say get into the most comfortable of zones you can be, because I speak from experience when I say that if you get too comfortable, you're going to get lazy. But to some extent that's not bad, depending of course what your goals are. But the reason I'm saying that is because there can always be a mass event, an exodus event that you didn't prepare for. And that's why I think selling everything to go 100% in, it's nice for the titles. It's nice for the, let's go boys, we doing everything, let's go. But realistically, is that the smartest thing you can do? It's still a risk because they could come down on crypto really hard. It's just the truth. And again, will it last, all these attacks? No, crypto will recover again. That doesn't mean you won't have a bad couple of months. Doesn't mean it's going to be a headache every single day, or it's not going to be a headache every single day. Again, do you think these regulators are just sitting still while we are printing crazy amounts of money? No, they want to take it from you. Every single dollar you earn, they're going to put $1 in to take your dollar out. That's funny, right? Every single dollar you get, they're going to match it with $1. To put that, to grab your dollar from you. Because obviously, guys, they want their CBDC to take over. They don't want people to enjoy their freedom money. No. As long as you understand that, they're going to try everything they can to take your money away from you. And it's going to be a hard couple of months, probably, as there will be some event that we couldn't have predicted now. It's going to get people a little bit shaky. But you understand that the process of crypto's upcycle has most likely already started. And you know that JP Morgan and guys, they are extremely bullish on crypto. They're not letting it go. They know money is there. They know the interest is there. And they're just putting up a warning here for the sake of, having warned you. The idea here that they're saying, hey, DeFi and NFTs, they're not as big as before. And even though crypto is doing well, these sectors have not picked up fully yet, so be a little bit more careful. I do actually, for the first time ever, appreciate their warning. Usually, JP Morgan's warnings are kind of garbage because they're warning you while putting money into it themselves, and probably here that's the case as well. And if you were unsure as to whether or not crypto will survive, just take a look at it for yourself. We all know the US dollar is not at the best spot. We all know the US economy, it ain't at the best spot. Most banks are heavily investing into crypto. And the only question I have is, when exactly are we all seeing altcoin season? And will there be bigger dips along the way? Most likely not. Most likely it's a pretty nice tour. But because this cycle is so much different with such institutional interest and such heavy regulatory actions, it could be a lot more volatile. And I just want you guys to have peace of mind, which is why I'm sharing this video. Again, though, I'll be sharing most investments that I'm making that are available to you guys. Understand that I mostly place an investment every other day, and I don't like sharing it if you guys can't also buy into it, or if you guys don't even have a chance to get acquainted, if you know what I mean. But things like Inspect, a lot of people can get into. A thing like FameCoin, a lot of people can get into. Is it going to do well? Of course, I'm not 100% sure. But from my experience, I'd say these things have got the fundamentals to do pretty well. And of course, since I said before, we're in an interesting season. I'm also buying meme coins and garbage. This one is actually called garbage. Will it do well? I don't know. Am I buying it? Yep. Why? Because some of these coins do extremely well. If it's got proper backing, I always like to try it out. And probably out of every 3 you buy, 2 will do pretty bad, and then 1 just does exceedingly well, like a 40x. But I'm not saying follow me with these things. I'm just sharing them, so I've put it on a video record. If I fail, it'll be here for everybody to see. If I succeed, it'll be here for everybody to see. And that's the way I like it. Openness, fairness. Because with all this, guys, this investment world, people are lying pieces of garbage. A lot of people will rat you out for $10,000, $20,000. You'd be surprised how dirty this investment world can be. A lot of it is dirty because it's anonymous. And I don't want to be the hero to try and change that. But I am telling you, I'm pretty freaking open with everything that I do and what I think. And I think that's also why a lot of you guys stick around, because of the no BS approach. Sometimes people on Twitter say, Dusty, you spread false narratives about your XRP and this, that. I'm not in the game of spreading false narratives. It serves no purpose to me. We're all here partially because this technology is just game changing. Partially because you like these decentralized protocols. Partially because you want to make crazy amounts of money. I'm not in the business of selling anybody a dream. It has no value to me. All we're trying to do is become the best we can. And that's why I keep saying every single day, I'm rooting for you. And I try to put hints out there as to what you should research, what you should look into. And if you've not done it yet, make sure you press that like button. And I'll see you guys again in another crypto video somewhere later today.